Hello students, in this video lecture we are going to discuss the short story The Necklace, which is written by a famous short story writer Guy de Maupassant. Let us go through the story. Who are the main characters of this short story? It is Matilda, Mrs. Matilda Loisel and Mr. Matilda Loisel. She was one of those pretty young ladies born as if through an error of destiny into a family of clerks. She was born in a middle class family and she had no dowry, no hopes, no means of becoming known, loved, and married by a man either rich or distinguished. And she allowed herself to marry a petty clerk. She belongs to a middle class family and she get married in a middle class family, and her husband, he was a clerk in the office of Board of Education. She was simple, but she was unhappy. Why she remains unhappy? Let us go through the story. She suffered incessantly, feeling herself born for all delicacies and luxuries. Why she suffered a lot? Because she want to be admired by the people and she want to be rich. She suffered from the poverty of her apartment. When she looked at the walls of her apartment and the worn chairs, all these things tortured and angered her. She get angry by all these things. Why? Because she was quite ambitious to become rich. When she seated herself for dinner opposite her husband, who uncovered tureen with a delighted air, saying, "Oh, the good pot pie! I know nothing better than that." Her husband, she always tried to make her happy, and when both of them they are in front of each other at the dinner table, he always tried to make her happy, to change her mood. What he always says, "Oh, the good pot pie." Pot pie here means dish is ready now. She would think of elegant dinners, but at that time when her husband is trying to make her happy, she was lost in her thoughts. She was not satisfied with her simple life. She was thinking about the elegant dinners in a shining silver dishes. She thought of the exquisite foods served in marvelous dishes. She had neither frocks nor jewels, nothing, and she loved only those things. Why she remains unhappy? Because she want to be rich. She want to have lots of jewelry and she want to be admired by everyone. She had a rich friend, a schoolmate of the convent, who she did not like to visit. She suffered so much when she returned. When she met her friend, who is her schoolmate also, at that time she felt very sad. Why? She wept for the whole days from despair and disappointment. Why she became sad to meet her schoolmate? Because her friend, she was rich and she married to a rich man, but as far as Matilda is concerned, she get married with a clerk and she belongs to a middle class family and she does not have all the luxuries of the life. One evening, her husband returned elated. Elated means he was quite happy, bearing in his hand a large envelope. When her husband returned, what he was carrying? He was carrying a large envelope. "Here," he said, "here is something for you." And in order to make his wife happy, what he said? He said, "Now I have bring something different for you, which can make you happy." She quickly drew out a printed card on which were inscribed these words. And what she did, she took the envelope from her husband and she drew out the card. Inside it was an invitation. The Minister of Public Instruction and Madame George Ramponia asked the honor of Mr. and Miss Ma'am Loisel Company, Monday evening, January 18, at the minister's residence. And it was what was written in the card? It was an invitation for the minister's party. Instead of being delighted means being happy. Instead of becoming happy, her husband had hoped. She threw the invitation spitefully. Spitefully means angrily. She became angry and she threw the invitation upon the table. Murmuring means speaking softly. What do you suppose I want to with that? He said to her husband, "Ki, what do you expect from me? You thought ki I should become happy. But my dearie, I thought it would make you happy." But her husband, he told her, "I thought this invitation, it will make her happy. You never go out." Why he thought that Matilda will become happy? Because she never go out. And this is an occasion and a fine one. उनको लगता है कि her wife, his wife, who never go out, when she will have an invitation, तो वो क्या करेगी? She will become happy. Everybody wishes one, and it is very select, and everybody had a desire of ministers in invitation, but not many are given to the employees, and this kind of invitation, it is not given to every employees. You will see the whole official world there, and he keep on insisting his wife that when she will go there, everybody was there, all the official world, the people from all the official world, they will be present there. She looked at him with an irritated eye. Why she was irritated? Because she was not happy with the invitation, and declared impatiently, "What do you suppose I have to wear to such a thing as that?" And what she said, and she declared why she was unhappy. Why she was unhappy? Because she was not happy. He had no thought of that. He stammered, "Why, the dress you wear when we go to the theatre, it seems very pretty to me." When he came to know that Matilda, she don't want to go to function because she was not having good dress, he felt quite shocked. He convinced him that the dress which she was wearing on the day when they went to theatre, she looks very pretty in that dress. He was silent, stupefied, in dismay at the sight of his wife weeping, and he was quite stupefied. He was not able to understand what he should do to convince her. He stammered, "What is the matter? What is the matter?" By a violent effort, she had controlled her vexation. Vexation means irritation, and she responded in a calm voice, wiping her moist cheeks, "Nothing, only I have no dress, and consequently I cannot go to this affair." And she declared that she is not having a good dress which is suitable to that particular party, and she won't go to the party. "Give your card to some colleague whose wife is better fitted out than I." And she advised him to give this card to somebody else. He was grieved. He was quite sad and answered, "Let us see, Matilda. How much would a suitable costume cost? Something that would serve for other occasions, something very simple." She reflected for some seconds, thinking of the sum that she could ask for, and then he offered him that, "Don't worry, we will buy a good dress, and let us think what a good dress would cost," without bringing with an immediate refusal and frightened exclamation from the economical clerk. And she started thinking what amount she should ask. Finally, she said in a hesitating voice. Why she said in a hesitating voice? Because she was also expecting that maybe her husband, he will be able to arrange the money or not. "I cannot tell exactly. It seems to me that 400 francs." And how much money she asked for the dress? She said 400 francs. He turned little pale, for he had saved just this sum to buy a gun, and he was quite shocked. Why? Because he was having that much of money, but he has saved that money to buy a gun, because he was very fond of hunting and he want to buy a gun. He might be able to join some hunting parties next summer. Why? Because he has planned to go for hunting next summer with some friends who went to shoot larks on Sunday with his friends. Larks means birds. Nevertheless, he answered, "Very well, I will give you 400 francs." But he was a very good husband, and he agreed to give her 400 francs so that she can buy a pretty dress. The day of the ball approached, and Ma'am Loisel seemed sad, disturbed, anxious, and nevertheless her dress was nearly ready. No doubt her dress was ready, but still she remained upset. Her husband said to her one evening, "What is the matter with you? You have acted strangely for 2 or 3 days." And he inquired why she is behaving strangely. even after buying the dress. And she responded, I am vexed. Vexed means irritated. She said, I am irritated because I am not have a jewel. Jewel means jewelry. Nothing to adorn myself. Adorn myself means to decorate myself. I shall have a poverty stricken look. I would prefer not to go to this party. As we all know, this was the invitation of the minister's party, and she thought that she would not look so beautiful. Her look will be poor as compared to the other women who has also come for the party. He replied, you can wear some natural flowers in this season. They look very chic. Chic means fashionable. At this, her husband suggested her that she can wear natural flowers. She will look very beautiful. She was not convinced, but he could not convince her. No, she replied, there is nothing more than humiliating than to have a shabby air. Shabby air here means poor look in the midst of rich women. It was the minister's party, and there may be the people from rich families. So she refused to go to the party without any jewelry. Then her husband cried out, how stupid we are. Go and find friend Ma'am Forrester and ask her to lend you her jewels. And suddenly he had an idea. और वो अपनी वाइफ को क्या सजेस्ट करते हैं? Just go to your friend Ma'am Forrester and you can borrow some jewelry. She uttered a cry of joy. Now she became happy. It is true, she said. I had not thought of that. The next day she took herself to her friend's house, and the next day she went to her friend's house, related her story of distress. Ma'am Forrester went to her closet. Closet means almirah. Took out a large jewel case, brought it, opened it, and said, choose, my dear. And what she did, she opened her almirah and put the box in front of her. She saw at first bracelets, collar, pearls, then a Wellington cross of gold and jewels and admirable workmanship. She tried the jewels before the glass, hesitated but could not, neither decide to take them nor leave them. Then she asked, have you nothing more? And what happened? She was having so many jewelries in front of her now that she was not able to decide because she has not seen such a jewelry. Suddenly, why, yes, look for yourself. I don't know that. And then she asked, have you nothing more? And she inquired whether she is having other than these jewelry. Why, yes, look for yourself. I don't know what will please you. And her friend, she said, you can choose any one of these jewelry. I don't know which is going to please you. Suddenly she discovered in a black satin box. And her friend, she brought a black satin box, a superb necklace of diamonds. And in it was a diamond necklace. Her hands trembled. She took it out. She placed why her hands were trembling because she belongs to a middle class family and it was a diamond necklace. She placed it in her throat against her dress and was ecstatic. And she became ecstatic means she became very happy to see the diamond necklace and she was looking quite beautiful. Then she asked in a hesitating voice, full of anxiety, could you lend me this? Only this? Why, yes, certainly. And she asked her friend whether she will allow her to take this diamond necklace or not. And her friend, she allowed her to take the diamond necklace. She fell upon the neck of her friend and embraced her with passion, then went away with her treasure, and she became very happy and she thanked her friend. The day of the ball arrived and the day of the function arrived. Ma'am Lucille was a great success. Great success here means she looked very beautiful and all her dreams fulfilled. She was the prettiest of all, elegant, gracious, smiling and full of joy, and on that day she was very happy. All the men noticed her, asked her name and wanted to be presented, and all the men who were present in the party, all of them admired her. She danced with enthusiasm, intoxicated with pleasure. Intoxicated with pleasure means filled with pleasure, thinking of nothing but all this admiration. On that day she was quite happy and she only think about her victory. This victory is so complete and sweet to her heart. What kind of victory it was? She want to be admired by all. She want to look beautiful among the rich women, and the day came. She went home towards 4 o'clock in the evening. In the morning, her husband has been half asleep in one of the little saloons since midnight with 3 other gentlemen whose wives were enjoying themselves very much. When she was enjoying the party, in the meantime, her husband, he was half asleep in the saloon. He threw around her shoulders the modest wrap they had carried, whose poverty clashed with the elegance of the ball costume, and she was having old wraps, old shawl, and she don't want to be noticed by anybody. She wished to hurry away in order not to noticed by other women, and so that she rushed towards the street, wrapping themselves in who were wrapping themselves in rich furs, whereas other women who were in the party, they were wrapping themselves with the rich furs. Lucille detained her. Wait, said he, I am going to call a cab. And her husband, he keep on calling her. Wait, my dear, I am calling the taxi. But she would not listen and descended the steps rapidly. But she did not listen to her husband. Why? Because she don't want to be noticed by anybody. When they were in the street, they found no carriage. And they began to seek for one, hailing the coachman whom they saw at distance. And what happened? They saw this coachman and her husband. He started calling him. They walked along toward the river, hopeless and shivering. Finally, they found one of those old carriages that one sees in the Paris after nightfall. At last, they found an old carriage and they went back to their home. It took them as far as their door and they went wearily up to their apartment. Wearily here means tiredly. They were quite tired because they returned early in the morning. It was all over her. And on his part, he remembered that he would have to be at the office by 10 o'clock. And her husband, he knew that he has to reach his office also. She removed the wraps from her shoulders before the glass for a final view of herself in her glory. And what happened? She sat before the glass, means before mirror, so that she can have a look how beautiful she is looking. Suddenly she uttered a cry and she shouted in a cry. Her necklace was not around her neck and her necklace was missing. So let us go to the story. What do Mr. and Mrs. Loisel do next, and how do they replace the necklace? Loisel, already half dressed, asked, what is the matter? She turned towards him excitedly. I have. I no longer have Ma'am Forrester's necklace. He arose in dismay. What? How is that? It's not possible. And they looked in the folds of the dress, in the folds of the cloak, in the pockets, everywhere. They could not find it. And what happened? They keep on searching the necklace, but they could not. He asked, you are sure? Still had it when we left the minister's house. And he inquired from his wife whether she was having the necklace when they left the minister's party or not. Yes, I felt it was as we came out, and she said yes, she was having the necklace when they came out. But if you had lost it in the street, we should have heard it fall. It must be in the cab. And her husband suggested her, if it had fallen in the street, then we might have heard the sound of its falling. It must be in the cab. No, हो सकता है कि it has been fallen in the taxi. Yes, it is possible. Did you take the number? No. And did you notice that it was? No. And both of them, they have not noticed the number of the cab. They looked at each other, utterly cast down. Cast down means they felt very sad. Finally, Lucille dressed himself again. And her husband, who was half dressed, he dressed up. I'm going, he said, over the track where we went on foot to see if I can find it. And her husband, he said, I'm going back to the track from the way from where they had come out. He wanted to see whether the necklace had fallen there or not. And he went, she stammered, in her evening gown. She remained in her evening gown, not having the force to go to the bed. She was quite upset how she can had a sleep because she has lost the diamond necklace. Towards 7 o'clock, her husband returned. He had found nothing. And what happened? At 7 o'clock in the evening, her husband returned, but he could not find the necklace. He went to the police, to the cab offices, and put on the advertisement in the newspapers offering a reward. And what happened? Her husband, he tried very best. He approached the police. He went to the cab offices, and even he put the advertisement in the newspaper so that they can have any information about the necklace. She waited all day in state of bewilderment. Bewilderment means confused. She was quite confused before this frightful disaster. What was the frightful disaster? It was the loss of necklace. Lucille returned in the evening. His face pale, he had discovered nothing. He has discovered nothing means he did not get any information about necklace. He said, write to your friend that you have broken to the clasp of the necklace. And he had an idea. He advised his wife that you should write a letter to your friend and ask her clasp means lock. Lock of the necklace, it has been broken. And that you will have it repaired or you have sent it for repair. Then we will give us time. She wrote as he dictated and she write same thing which her husband he has dictated and she sent a message to her friend. And at the end of the week they had lost all hope and Lucille, older by 5 years, declared we must replace this jewel. And what happened? They could not had any information and a week is over now and they decided that they have to buy another necklace so that they can return it to Ma'am Forrester.